Hey guys, good morning. It's Tuesday. It's day 2 of the pantry clean out party, and we are working on removing another item. Here we are, day 2. Today we're removing salt. Okay. So just as a reminder, my name is Cindy, and I am a certified holistic nutritionist and health coach. I specialize in helping moms and dads get their families on clean, healthy food and off of processed foods, and that way they can help eliminate chronic illnesses, stop being sick all the time. Okay, and one of the ways to do that is to clean out your pantry and remove things that are not healthy for you. So today we're going to remove salt and replace it with something that is better. Okay, so don't forget, as you clean out your pantry, to set aside anything that is unopened and non-perishable so that you can donate it to a food pantry. And also in the comments, type out any reasons you've heard of getting rid of salt. Okay, what have people told you about it? Why have you been told to ditch it? What are some of the bad things you've heard about salt? Share some of the things you've heard or read about, and we'll dive into the details shortly. Welcome everybody who's joining me. One of the biggest reasons that people shouldn't eat too much salt is that it contributes to high blood pressure. This has been known for a long time, many decades. When you consume salt, your body retains the water. All of that extra water being stored in your body raises your blood pressure. And salt directly affects your blood pressure. And when your blood pressure is high, it can cause other health issues. This includes strain on your heart, your arteries, kidneys, brain, pretty much every organ and part of your body. And this also causes even more health problems, such as heart attacks, stroke, kidney disease, and even dementia. Okay. So if you're eating processed foods, there is a ton of hidden salt in processed foods that a lot of people don't even realize. It may not taste salty because it's covered up with other chemicals and flavors, but it's full of salt. It's estimated that 80% of the salt you eat comes from processed food because so many people only eat processed food. Even if you aren't adding salt to this food, you may not even realize how much sodium is in it unless you look at the label. But if you're eating fast food from a fast food restaurant, you're not going to see, a lot of them don't have the nutrition labels so that you can see what the sodium is. So you're really don't even know what you're eating when you eat those. It is recommended that adults eat no more than 6 grams of salt per day. And in reality, we all eat much, much more than that. Are you someone who typically adds salt to your meals? Go ahead and put a comment below and let me know if you're a salt lover. Okay, I know in my childhood, my mom removed all the salt from our diet because that was when it first came out that, you can't have salt, it's really bad for you. But now that I cook everything from scratch, I don't buy anything pre-made so that I can control the ingredients. I do add salt to it because you do need a little bit of salt. You need that iodine for your thyroid. I know that not having salt in my childhood contributed to my hypothyroidism because you need the iodine for your thyroid to function. So if you cut it out completely, you're doing more harm to parts of your body. Okay, but if you cook from scratch, you're controlling what you put in there. You're not adding all the extra salt to preserve your food so it has a shelf life and it stays unspoiled for days or weeks at a time. So you're only putting in a very, very, very little amount for the whole entire recipe, which you most likely are not eating that whole recipe. Okay, the whole thing. So let's look at what's in your pantry. Okay, you probably, you may have gotten rid of some things yesterday when we ditched the sugar. Okay, when we were pulling that out of the pantry. But you can still check it and make sure that you don't have anything with excessive salt in it. A lot of Packaged foods have salt. Condiments, we'll cover condiments tomorrow. Many breakfast foods and processed foods in general have a lot of salt. It's a preservative. Bread also contains salt. Okay, and this is one of the places where salt is hidden that you may not be familiar with. So that's why it's very good to read the labels of all the foods that you eat, especially if you buy pre-made food at the store. I make my own bread with almond flour because I don't eat white flour, and I don't even put salt in it. Okay, cans of soup and other canned foods contain salt. Again, it's a preservative. Canned vegetables that might not even taste salty contain salt. So you're consuming salt whether you think you are or not when you eat anything that's pre-packaged. Okay, I buy my vegetables frozen. They don't have salt. I don't add salt to them. I'll only add the salt if it's in an entire recipe or at the end after I heat it up, and I'll add very, very, very little salt. Most of us think that salty foods like potato chips, pretzels, popcorn, crackers, and other snack foods, those also have very high amounts of hidden salt and should not be something that you consume on a regular basis. Okay, if you buy rotisserie or fried chicken, it contains about 4 times as much sodium as if you prepared the chicken at home. So yes, those rotisserie chickens are quick and easy, but you can't control how it's made, what's put on it, the seasonings and all the flavorings put on it, and it all contains salt to preserve it so it doesn't go bad quickly so they can sell it. Okay, so no matter what type of salt it may be, it can raise your blood pressure, and it has been known to raise blood pressure. Okay, this includes sea salt, rock salt, garlic salt, and any other kinds of salt. Keep this in mind as you cook your meals each day, okay, and start cooking from scratch more so that you can control the salt that's in it. And when you first ditch salty foods, your taste buds will have to adjust. The same is true when you stop putting salt on top of your food. Okay. It's going to take some time to get used to eating without that extra salt. It might taste a little bland at first, but in the long run, you're saving your heart from a possible heart attack, okay? So you'll need to get used to it, so just be patient. But instead of adding salt, you can experiment with other spices and add that instead, and those don't contribute to any health risks. So if you use freshly cracked pepper, that will add flavor instead of adding salt. But also watch some of those, again, pre-packaged bottles of seasonings at the store are full of added things you don't need, like salt. So you could make your own. You could easily Google recipes to find how to make your own rubs, seasoning rubs, and different things. So I would not buy anything from the store unless you look at the label and see that it does not have any extra salt or sugar. They're always adding sugar too, so you need to watch those hidden ingredients. Okay. One type of food that contains a lot of salt is condiments. Like I said, we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. So please stay tuned for that one because those have a ton of hidden salt and sugar. That's where most people end up going. They may be eating healthy, but once you put that condiment on, it's ruining all the healthy food that you're eating. All right. So there are some low sodium options when it comes to buying canned foods if you feel that you need to buy canned foods. All canned foods need some sodium to preserve the food. Okay, it is to keep it from going bad. So there's going to be some sort of salt in it. If possible, buy fresh vegetables. I buy fresh and frozen. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the added salt. Again, my 6-week group program that starts in January is going to go over in detail things that are not good for you at all and how they affect your body. Okay, so every week is going to be something different for 6 weeks. So I will cover sugar and I will cover salt. I'll cover fats. I'll cover a lot of stuff. So I'll post information again about that. It starts January 7th. So in the comments, share something that you're switching to lower your sodium intake. Okay, what were you surprised to learn today? If you were, you may have already been aware of this, but just haven't done anything about it. All right, there's a lot, like condiments, especially tomorrow, we're going to cover condiments and the sodium. Okay, so just check the labels today. Look in your pantry and your cabinets and see things that you normally use on a regular basis. Does it have sodium in it that you were unaware of? Okay, and put that in the comments. All right, and join me tomorrow where we're going to, again, talk about the condiments and what's not good in those. So, all right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.